All right. Okay.
Refresh.
Yeah, try now.
Still. Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Okay. All right.
You're good.
So apologies to everyone that was on that stream. For some reason, I could see the chat and it looked like it was live at my end, but it wasn't actually live. So welcome, everybody. Piblix, Frosty, Monkey Boy, and thanks for the kind words. Monkey Boy actually said it before, but he obviously couldn't hear it. Dennis. There's a whole bunch of people turning up. Awesome. And we've only got 4 minutes to go. Here's a question. How long do you think we'll have to wait into the show before we see it? My bet is 1 hour. Prediction for announcement today, guaranteed wrong. They shifted the concept to where you play as Ark and raid the humans in their caverns. I give that 0.000000001% chance of being correct.
Yeah.
Definitely the first mini game, yeah.
001 to the 24th power.
Yeah, so hey Rin, how you doing? Hope you guys are good.
Game,
What's that, Demeister?
I said I would play that game.
You would play that game,
fun.
yeah. I kind of like the idea of playing Ark, actually. Do you think that would be better or worse than they currently are?
Well, if it was both together, like there's people who playing Ark and then there's people who are playing Raiders and you get to harass the people playing Raiders.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be kind of fun. And it'd be a lot more Ark flying into buildings as well and in the hallways and things than they currently are, I would say. So for those of you that have just joined us, I'm chatting with Demeister, who runs the Totopia Discord where I hang out when I'm not in either the finals or Ark Raiders Discords. So Demeister, he has actually, Demeister, why don't you tell these guys a bit about your gaming background so they sort of know what you're into?
Well, I guess lately I play mostly shooters. I'm very into the extraction genre. I've been playing Escape from Tarkov since 2018, and I've got like an embarrassing amount of hours in that game.
Go and say how many hours it is.
It's like 5,800 and something.
So Demeister is our resident extraction expert, pretty much, and definitely the Tarkov expert.
But other than that, I mean, I play everything really. Probably the only genres I don't like are like RTS and card games.
Yeah, you do play quite a wide range of stuff, way more than I do. Yeah. You also have more time to do it as well, so you're not editing videos and setting up streams that partially work sometimes.
Very, very dedicated to the cause.
Yeah.
One more minute.
Banana papaya.
We got a minion in here.
Yeah. Yeah, not long to go. We've got 52 seconds at this end.
Bye boy.
So just to be, for any of you that are wondering, so it's a watch along. I can't co-stream the event, so you do have to watch it at your end yourself, and we can sort of chat about it as it goes along. Hey, Germ Warfare, how you doing? The loons have got my hopes up for Shadow Drop, even though I know that's crazy talk. You know what? When I came downstairs to start the stream, I put my wallet in my pocket just in case. So there's some doubt with me as well. But I don't think I'll need it today. Unless it's a pre-order. Then it's different. All right, here we go. Viewer discretion is advised. You have to be discreet, Meister.
Okay. I won't say any gamer words.
Here he is. What will the shoes be like this year?
I always love the shoes. Big tan
Look at them.
Adidas.
Yeah.
I'm surprised his suit is so plain.
Yeah, it is plain. Where's the glitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching. Yeah, public, so you can only see me. I can't co-stream the event, so you need to watch it yourself. And we'll watch along. So, yeah, so I can't have it up on the screen. Have you got any of those to Meister?
I have Repo. I have Kingdom Come. I have Oblivion.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
No worries, Thorin. All good. Yeah, the teasers. Where's Scrappy?
Yeah, Repo's a blast. Rin.
I almost feel like they need an opening act, you know, just to warm the crowd up a bit.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a dry start. Yeah, Honey Badger, I'm watching the Game Awards channel. That might be the way to go if you're struggling watching it elsewhere. $18,000 games released in a year. That's insane.
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't have enough time in the day for that.
Let's see what that is. 18,000. That's just under 50 games a day being released. Madness.
Oh, I could do that. Easy.
Here we go. All right, let's go. Finally. What is it?
I like the vibe already.
Yeah. Ravens.
Oh, I know what game this is. I think.
That blew my head off with the headphones for a moment there. What is it?
It's I forget what it's called. It's a Souls-like game.
Ah. Wow.
This looks cool.
Bloodlust.
Mortal Shell. It must be Mortal Shell 2. Damn, that guy was thick.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What a soundtrack to it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
They kill a snail. And these guys went overboard with the art style, didn't they?
This art style is insane.
Got a little Jabba the Hutt influence there.
Yeah. I never finished the first one, and now I want to.
Mortal Shell 2. When did the first one come out? Next year.
Years ago. That one. It's probably about 5 years old at this point.
Hey, Lex. Hey, Jay. Welcome. Yeah. Wow. Fortnite spending money on a trailer.
Isn't that the game that Art Creators copied?
Yeah, that's right. Only the Raider X, or the Raider tool.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. The rest is completely original.
Oh, Star Wars game.
Interesting.
Looks very old school.
It does, doesn't it? Wow. What a collab.
Huh.
That might ruffle a few feathers with some people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rin, I think Embark might not do season 7 here just because of the cost, probably. So I think it's like $250,000 per 1 minute trailer, something like that. So that's possibly why, because there are a few seasons in now. Well, that's one of the things crossed off the bingo card. Him and Jeff look like brothers from another mother, the way they're dressed. Interesting take.
Yeah.
All right, this is going to be interesting.
Hospital?
Yeah. It's the Finals Hospital in Seoul.
Yeah.
No?
Kind of looks like it.
The guy looks like he needs some sleep.
Yeah. Dude, the cutscenes in these games are so good.
Yeah. Old school. Smoking inside.
Yeah. Mumbling to himself.
Guy looks like the Finals Easter egg hunter. Yeah, he does. Tired from reading Wikipedia. pacing is so slow. It's amazing that they're doing this for a trailer. Yeah, Art graders today, a cat called Max.
I guarantee you fans of Death Stranding are very accustomed to slow pacing.
Right. Well, we're getting like a full cutscene.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, honestly, that was pretty tame for Hideo Kojima.
Pretty subtle. Yeah. Very subtle. Yeah, good question. Huh. I feel like this presentation is totally appealing to people that are already fans, but it's going to be hard to draw others in, right?
Yeah, anyone who's not aware of Death Stranding is probably snoozing right now.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's a funny presentation. Yeah.
Okay, so gameplay later.
Okay. Yeah. Still, for the cost of it, I think that was kind of odd as far as, trying to attract new people to the game.
I mean, I don't know. That guy's reputation, I don't think he even needs any advertising, so he just does what he wants.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. Yeah. Hey, Imposter Bear, thanks for the follow. Interesting. Is it going to be first person or?
I missed it. What game was it?
I don't know. It's a new studio, right? I think she said.
That was it. Okay.
Raw Power Games, yeah. I think she said it's a new studio in Denmark.
Games.
Yeah. Medieval.
I love medieval games.
Is this just going to be a cinematic and it's not a first person?
It said something about controlling armies, so
Yeah,
I bet it's probably an RTS game.
Yeah, it's still hard to tell, right?
Yeah. This is,
Was that gameplay?
no, I don't think so. There's the gameplay.
There's gameplay.
Oh, it's in third person.
Right.
At least.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. This looks exactly like the intro to KCD1, but from the enemy perspective.
Right. Okay. Chronicles Medieval. Interesting. Early access next year.
Yeah, wasn't a whole lot of meat on those bones. But
No, that gameplay was a bit minimal, wasn't
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a bit minimal. Thorin.
There's like
just a tease, really.
30 people keeping the Sonic franchise alive.
That'll go forever, right?
Probably, just like Mario.
Yeah. I can't even remember when I played the first Sonic game. Trying to...
Yeah, well, ages ago. Sega Genesis.
It was probably back in the day when we rented a console for the day.
Oh,
sort
yeah.
of thing. Yeah.
How many people in chat remember renting games for the weekend?
So when I had my first computer, I would actually have to send away to rent a game, and it would turn up 2 weeks later in the mail.
Oh.
Right. And then I'd have it for, I think, a month, and then I'd have to send it back again after that.
Okay. It wasn't that
It worked kind of well.
it was called like GameFlix or something. It was like a service that you paid for. I don't know.
And this was it was advertised through a magazine associated with the Sega computer. Yeah. Yeah, very old school. Didn't look particularly innovative, did it? The old Sonic.
Yeah, it just looks like an
same old Sonic
game.
Yeah.
I'm sure the fans like it.
Yeah. Yeah. September launch.
I wish it was Pod Racers.
Oh, well, it's a bonus for it.
Innovative.
Yeah. He just stated the same thing twice in different ways.
No, it's okay. Minecraft racing. We got Minecraft racing before GTA 6.
Okay, so that was a little different.
Yeah.
She sent him back. Just for a moment.
Embark Bandai crossover? Oh, this is definitely some Elden Ring stuff. Maybe not.
Yeah, it's got that vibe, isn't it? Wow, that's cool. Candles in the skull.
I have no idea what this is. Oh,
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, nifty effects. I'm kind of
Interesting. The art style sort of blends from realistic to cartoon-like.
yeah. It's got Souls-like and JRPG vibes.
Yeah. Yeah, that blended art style is interesting. You don't sort of see that variation that much. Hey, Base Jolie, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Patiently waiting to see some Arc Raiders news where we watch all these other trailers.
Oh, Code Vein.
Code Vein. Did you play Code Vein, the original one, the Meister?
Nah, definitely not my type of game, but I
Yeah,
remember it.
definitely not my type of game. All right, now we got a trailer without any introduction.
Yes, Arc, please. Kind of looks like Little Nightmares, but not. Little Nightmares with guns? That would be sick.
Interesting.
Oh, this actually looks awesome.
This looks kind of cool.
Yeah, like top-down shooter horror game. I like it. Yeah, exactly, Honey Badger.
If they gave the child a gun. Yeah. End of Abyss. Yeah, it looks kind of cool. Yeah.
That's now on my radar.
I'm going to write that down. Another Swedish studio.
Yeah, what do they feed them over there?
Rubber hose animation.
That's
very specific.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah. Yeah, because that Mickey Mouse copyright expired, so they can actually do this now.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was like a year ago.
Huh. Mouse PI for hire. The Aussies representing. Hey, Floof. How you doing? Do you recognize it yet, Demeister?
Oh, Game of Thrones? Real-time strategy Game of Thrones. That's interesting choice.
Yeah.
I know they have an MMO coming out too.
Right. Or maybe this is like a trailer, cinematic for it. Hey,
Yeah,
Borok.
Might be. Yeah, I played the Game of Thrones King's Road demo. It was okay. Like typical old school MMO format.
Yeah, yeah. Very, that was very Lord of the Rings, Nazgul.
Yeah. I am no man.
Ooh.
Oh wait, yes I am. Oh.
The outcome you weren't expecting.
Yeah. That's an interesting twist.
Huh. Still kind of hard to tell what the gameplay is, though, right?
Yeah. All they said it was that it was an RTS game, so
Yeah, yeah, okay. Well, the fans will love it.
yeah, I'm sure. I never watched the show, so I don't know.
Munfish. I haven't heard of them.
Oh, this is yeah.
Interesting.
What is it called?
Called
Atomic Heart. They made that game. Wonder if this is Atomic Heart 2 or a DLC. Yeah, that robot lady is definitely Atomic Heart.
Wow, interesting. Interesting art. What a
Yeah,
crazy
it's
mixture
very,
of things.
BioShock-esque.
Yeah, yeah, true. Yep. And there's kind of a Cold War sort of flavor running through it as well.
Yeah.
Atomic Heart too.
That's kind of the vibe they were going for with the first one.
Mm-hmm. They paid the money to license Queen for the trailer.
Yeah.
That would have cost them a bit.
Whoa, this gameplay is wild. This looks way better than the first game.
Interesting. The environments are so varied. Random.
Oh, that's nothing. The first game was very sexual.
Huh. This is like an insane blend of things.
Yeah. It looks like they took the first game and smashed it into the Far Cry universe. Or what's that game called? I forget.
Watching this is almost like watching the hype trailer for the entire show, right? It's just like a random blend of like,
Yeah,
you can hardly tell it's the same game all the way through. That's crazy.
That is the vibe of that game, for sure. It is a wild ride.
Hey, Fliff, I'm doing great, thanks. For a fairly early start today here in New Zealand. Oh, interesting. 2 games from the same studio.
Looks like the same universe.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That's cool.
Rubik's World.
It would be cool to play an open world game that was like that,
Yeah, that's
where large parts of it
crazy.
moved around while you're in it.
Very Inception-esque.
Yeah, yeah, it is exactly.
What is it's giving me like PUBG vibes.
Maybe
Could you imagine like a battle royale in a world like
where
this?
the landscape completely changes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
this looks cool. But what is it? That's the question.
Yet another extraction shooter.
The Cube, Atomic
The
Universe.
Cube. Interesting.
Huh.
Little grub person.
Wow.
That's a wild
Interesting
series of
concept.
tags for a
Yeah,
game.
yeah. All right, writing that down. The Cube. I want to check that out later.
That's another genre I could never get into. Beat 'em up games.
Yeah. No, me either.
I'm so bad at them.
Do you feel like the Marvel franchise is just slowly diluting its like value?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Disney has spread it so thin. It has no identity anymore.
Yeah. I don't know. I find it amazing that games like this still have a loyal audience, you know?
Yeah. I mean, yes. Some
Right.
people are
Yeah.
really into that retro
Yeah,
style gameplay.
true.
I know Tunnel likes games like that. With
Interesting.
that old pixel art. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Maybe not that game, but
Yeah, someone will love
games
it.
with that art style. Oh, I know this. This is I forget what it's called. Senshudo? No, that's not it. I'm just mispronouncing words now. I don't think it's Neo. It's very similar to Neo.
Right.
It's like an old. It was a game on like PS2, and this is the sequel probably.
Yeah, it certainly has that console game kind of look to it, right?
Yeah,
Console
this is an
only kind of
old
look.
franchise. Onimusha, that's it.
Onimusha.
And they put the title on screen as soon as I get it. Yeah, that game was amazing back in the day, but
Right.
it definitely doesn't hold up.
Yeah. Another game coming out next year. We haven't had any immediate releases yet or anything super close. Puppets. Interesting.
Little Big Planet 7. Oh. You said something about puppets, so.
Yeah.
Huh. This looks interesting. That is incredible hair simulation.
Yeah. Okay, but
Wow.
It's like the Muppets version of Million Dollar Baby.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a
Random.
lot of like parody going on in this game for sure. Like a little cookie monster.
Random. What? Unblock the toilet mode. That's
Felt that boxing.
so random.
Yeah, this is an interesting mashup of references.
I feel like a lot of the trailers so far haven't really shown us gameplay very clearly.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was gameplay or not. He said it was in real time, so I don't know. No, this has MMO vibes.
Yeah.
Secret World 2? Killer Inn. Oh, this is going to be one of them.
This doesn't look that great.
Yoink.
Looks
Arike says Deceit 3.
either a small studio or it felt slightly underdeveloped.
Square Enix. Interesting. They're down bad after Final Fantasy 16.
Hey, here we go.
Oh, oh, it's happening. Stay calm.
Oh, yeah. We get a launch date. Release date trailer.
Oh.
Interesting.
Kitty.
Tuna. I collected some of those games.
I ate them all.
Wow.
Oh,
Rural Italy map,
man.
maybe?
Oh.
Interesting. Lots of stuff there to have a look at on that wall. Yeah.
Gonna be frame by framing this one.
Yep. The new map. Definitely.
What in the...
Wow. Grab the tuna can.
Wow.
I think the Queen turned up. Wow. And a date, October 30.
No way.
And we don't get a beta. Wow, we got a release date though, October 30.
Man.
Well, it's not the end of the year. How do we feel about that? Wait until October 30.
My prediction was 6 days off.
What did you predict, Demeister?
October 24th.
I'm surprised that I'm surprised it's that late, actually, a little bit. I kind of expected it to be a bit sooner. And, excuse me. And no beta, yeah. I'm a little surprised by that.
Yeah. I think they will have one. They just won't announce it here.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised that we didn't get a open beta like coming soon and the date. That would have been probably ideal. I think people will be going, hey, we want to get in, and want to know why we can't get in sooner. But we got a date, October 30, so we don't have to wait till the end of the year at least. Yep.
It is confirmed.
So that's, what's that, 4 months pretty much. Cool.
Man, that's a long wait.
Now, question is, should we keep watching Game Fest, or do we want to have another look at the trailer because it'll be up on YouTube now?
Yeah, I mean, another hour and 15 minutes for the rest of the stuff.
Right.
I mean, I personally am totally fine watching the rest because I'm always interested in the new games. But
yeah, let's do that. We'll carry on.
Yeah,
we can dive into the trailer later on. So, yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be just a little disappointed that we don't get a date of when to jump in soon.
Yeah, the Reddit is in shambles right now.
Yeah, those guys will be easy. Yeah, well, everyone thought it was going to shadow drop in there, which was crazy. I didn't think that was ever going to happen personally, but I think
they did that to themselves.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, exactly.
That's their own fault.
Yeah, I think I would have been fine with there being no playtest right now, but I would have liked to know that, maybe they just say July playtest and release. But
yeah,
let's see what they
can.
Yeah, I think they'll have to come back with something very soon because people will be disappointed by that. But the trailer looked good. It was a good trailer.
Yeah, it was a good trailer. The mocap work was incredible.
Hey, where was Scrappy? Did Scrappy make an appearance?
No, I didn't think I saw him. Or I saw a cat.
Yeah.
Maybe we can have a cat too.
Yeah, funny. Releasing a countdown timer was a little silly. Yeah, maybe. I think at least told people there was going to be something announced, which, we did get a release date. So it's not like they left us completely in the dark with just a trailer or anything like that. So, yeah, I need to go back to the trailer, Honey Badger, and have another look at all those bits.
Yeah.
Hey, Andy Grambo. Yeah, I can understand why you're sad. Yeah, I get it.
I guarantee you the hype will be fine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll be fine. They'll calm down after a week or two. And yeah. Hey, Austin. Yeah. Bit of a slight, I wouldn't call it a mishit. It's just there's going to be people disappointed, but then, people build up their own hype for it as well. Yeah, I think there's definitely a chance for an open beta. It would really surprise me if it...
For sure.
So I'm just going to jump onto the Steam page and just see if that's updated.
Anyone who's disappointed by this, like, that you've set yourself up for disappointment. Just being honest.
Yeah, well, it's always going to be something wasn't really expected. So
yeah,
going to the Steam page, we now have, it says the date is 31 October. Oh, that'll be for me. Date was, I think, because it was 30 on the trailer, right?
Yeah. October 30th.
Yeah. So they've just added the date now. And the trailer's on the Steam page as well.
Don't do the logic thing. it's all going to be
consoled
okay.
right now. Yeah, I always do the logic thing. I can't break away from the logic thing.
Yeah, I mean, well, just be hopeful that there will almost certainly be some kind of playtest before it launches.
Yeah. So end of October. Yeah, to me it seems like that's late enough that I feel like they have to have a playtest, even if it's just a marketing playtest, you know. Borak analysis on the new maps. Yeah, definitely to me it looked like immediate view was that it may be rural Italy. So just outside the Rust Belt, something like that, where there's actually some trees and grass.
I wonder if they'll expand beyond the crater.
Yeah, it could definitely look like that for sure. Yeah, it looked like, but it still had that kind of Italy vibe to it, like northern Italy, right?
Yes, yeah, like still in Italy, just like outside the volcano.
Sort of up towards is it the Dolomites in northern Italy?
Yeah,
kind of feel foothills. Yeah, but so that means potentially we have four maps for release. So the 3 we've played on plus the rural Italy one. I would say, given how much it appeared in the trailer, it's
yeah, for sure. They can't show it off and then not have it at release. That would be crazy.
So Zulin says, just happy to know the date. Now I can schedule my whole life around it. Yeah, it's a bit like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
See how Wince TTV, they just crushed hearts today. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I don't know. I understand. You know, we were all hoping for to be able to play sooner.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you just got to roll with it. Like we all know it's going to be great. No matter what.
Everyone that's saying is definitely going to release. Yeah. Well, my prediction was partly correct, which was that we'd get a trailer with a release date, but no playtest. So I got that part wrong. Yeah, almost.
They're coming out on October 30th. Do you think? What if they release with like a Halloween event? That would be crazy.
Like a Halloween
I don't want to
themed
speculate
event.
too much, but yeah.
A theme.
Imagine the queen is just a giant pumpkin with legs. That would be amazing.
I don't know.
Like the laser would come out of the face of the jack-o'-lantern.
Hey, Bob, Scott in. Sorry if you answered already, but feel about the date itself being close to big releases. Yeah. I think I'm fine with the date. I didn't actually really care when the release date was so much because it just is what it is. You're either going to be close to other ones or you're not. Or I don't think that makes that much difference given how much hype the game has. But I think the biggest impact will be that people don't get to play the game for potentially 4 months, and at least that's how they view it right now. Even though they might, everyone will think they don't for the time being. So,
game is not done yet.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, Cat Called Max says 70%
Never
sure
done
would get a
until it's
release
done.
date and 30% open beta. I was probably the same with the release date, but I was probably more like 50% open beta. So, yeah.
Well, then doing a Lego Adventure 2. That was a very cute game.
I'm just going to have a quick look at the Reddit while we're see what's happening on there. Okay, I need to do it by latest.
Gonna walk in, it's just gonna be
New.
flames and chaos.
So first comment is negative. Someone set up a tick counter with
Already.
days, hours, 145 days.
Days until relief.
Is that what it is? It seems a bit long. Lots of people laughing at the people that were thinking release was going to be today. Yeah, I'd say mostly slightly negative, I would say. Some people just going, I'm sure there'll be a playtest coming up.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you gotta look at it.
Yeah, disappointment, right? People writing.
Okay.
So we got
Right.
Yeah, so it is just under 5 months, right, till it releases. So 145 is right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you gotta.
a lot of disappointment is essentially what's the vibe from that.
You got to look at it this way. Like, that's 5 months where they can polish and add content and, do lots of cool stuff. That, you'll get to experience when the game finally comes.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see what's happening in the chat. So, Discord is not happy. Yep, I understand that. Bark needs to keep momentum for remaining months. Yep, and I reckon they need to do it fairly soon to give people some hope that they get access sooner. On the bright side, I can only imagine what kind of awesome stuff they'll add into the game with the extra months they have now. Jay says, yep. They've got time to add a heap more content. I think we only saw a small portion of it as well. Trailer's out on YouTube. Want to stay and watch it frame by frame. Yeah, I think, Demus, you reckon we've only got another, hour of this to go, or a bit less?
Yeah, it should be only another hour.
Yeah. So we might carry on with Summer Game Fest, just see what comes up.
Oh, is this,
and then at the end of that, I'll bring up the trailer and we can dive into that. Discord really thought the game was ready for launch for whatever reason. Meanwhile, the closed beta had only 3 out of 12 promised maps. I keep seeing this thing where there's 12 promised maps, but I don't know where that was said. Do you, DeMeister?
That was a big game of telephone. So, one of the developers supposedly had said to a streamer that the game was only 20% finished. And another streamer extrapolated that to mean that 3 maps is only 20% of the game.
Right. As opposed to
12 maps.
As opposed to the content might only be 20% that we see, right? So that could be weapons, arc, quests, so on.
So
and it might, and maybe one extra map could still be 20%, right?
Yep.
Discord really thought the game was ready to launch for whatever reason. Oh no, it's one I read before. Hyped.
Nothing has been officially said by the devs about how many maps there are. That's what you should believe.
Yeah. Heard it was 6 maps. I don't think the number of maps has been said as far as what I've seen. I watched all of the Shy playing with Clean, and he didn't say it there. The number of maps.
Yeah. It was just he said, she said, over and over again until it became 12 maps.
Yeah. Oh, apparently there's a blog that's been posted, so maybe I'll check that out.
Oh.
Hey Jesse, yeah. We've just been saying. I think the hype will be dead, bro. No, I don't believe that. I think there's going to be people disappointed for a little while, and then maybe a beta will be announced, and then that disappointment will just kind of fade. But I would say that if there's nothing between now and release, then people are going to hype would fade a bit.
Yeah, people are just letting their emotions control their actions right now.
Where's Scrappy? Yeah, we did. Why wasn't Scrappy in the trailer? It's a bit of a shame, especially after he was teased. Rin says, I understand people are disappointed, but the game will forever attracting us because it is that good. Yeah, I agree. The blog post. Yeah, I need to find out the blog post. Let's find that. So they must have, is it on the, let's have a look. Okay, so there's a game announcement.
Lead install Neo.
Where is the blog post? Whereabouts is the blog post? Who was it that posted that? Bullrock. Where have they posted the blog post? Is it on the Arc Raiders website?
Is it on Media?
No, there's nothing been added there.
Nope.
Steam, on Steam. Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, it's the Arc Raider. It's the Steam post on the Arc Raiders page.
Gotcha.
So it says, Raiders, as you may have seen, we finally dropped the news many of you are waiting for. Arc Raiders launches on October 30, 2025 on PC through Steam and the Epic Games Store, on consoles through PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, and via cloud streaming through NVIDIA GeForce Now. Yeah, the announcement was made on stage at Summer Game Fest. Then, from the very beginning, this project has been a labour of love, shaped not only by our team at Embark Studios, but by you, our community. Your feedback, energy and support, particularly in the last 2 tech tests, have played a vital role in shaping the experience we're about to launch. So on behalf of us all, thank you. Speaking of tech tests, a big shout out to all of you who showed up and played last month. Tech Test 2 was the best rehearsal we could get ahead of release this fall. That line doesn't sound particularly promising. You gave us thoughtful, sharp feedback, and the test helped us hone in on plenty of things we're addressing in the last stretch of development. There are bugs to squash, as well as general polish and performance improvements to be done. Which I did say, remember? We're fine-tuning game balance and the player economy, and will work on an even better onboarding experience of players who come in new to this genre. At release, the game will also be expanded with more locations to explore. So it sounds like we at least get 1 more map, if not 2, based on the word locations, maybe 2. More Arc enemies to fight, a larger selection of weapons and gear to find and craft, more adventures to embark on, and more for players to strive towards and discover. As we get closer to October, expect more details on what Arc Raiders will bring on launch day and how we plan to grow, evolve, and support Arc Raiders after release. So mark your calendars, gear up, and rally your crew. Pre-orders will open later this summer. In the meantime, wishlist and follow us to stay updated. See you topside in October. And it's from Alexander Grondel, the executive producer. So my take on that is it doesn't sound particularly hopeful about getting to play it between now and release. Does sound like we're going to get at least one, probably 2 maps or more added to what we already had.
That's good.
Yeah, and mate, I thought it would be an open beta too, or at least an announcement of it.
It's all good.
Jolly Tonic, yeah, I didn't think it would release today, so that part's fine. I think fair to say they haven't added and changed. Oh, sorry, you go on to my stuff.
Oh, sorry. I went into this knowing that they didn't promise us anything, so it's all good.
Yeah. I feel like from a marketing point of view, it would have been good for them to go, hey, there's so much hype. Why don't we just give them a playtest and a date for that? And even if it's a playtest without, any technical stuff that they learn from it, it's just a marketing playtest. I think that would have been really useful. So Jolly Tonic says
it's been ideal.
It's fair to say they haven't added or changed enough things to show off and test in an open beta. Open beta probably in September, yeah, maybe. Personally upset that we have to wait longer, says Jesse. I do, however, think it would have been smart to release an open beta period for this announcement. Yeah, I agree. They could have done early access. Yeah, nothing was promised. But at the same time, they've got to read the community, Emotions are in control, and I hope they release an open beta. Yeah, me too. Well, the game was so good it built up its own hype, and I think that that drove most of it.
People will be upset for a day.
Yeah,
but the hype is too big. People love the game.
Absolutely. Yeah. We can hope for an open beta in 2 months, Cassette. Maybe. Just from the blog, though, it didn't really sound like there wasn't any sort of indication. And also that line, where was it? Tech Test 2 was the best rehearsal we could get ahead of release this fall. So to me, that doesn't make it sound like they're expecting to have another playtest. Otherwise, they would have mentioned, they would have hinted at it then. Or they would have said, we look forward to jumping back in before release, or anything along those lines. Interesting. All right, well, let's continue watching Summer Game Fest. I can keep chatting about comments as well at the same time.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's right.
This is very old school.
Just catching up with some of the other comments here.
Freaking Zelda right now.
Hey, Rick and Rob, 30th, will they make updates on consoles? Yeah, it's a bit strange. I wonder why they did that. There were a few like not mixed signals, but I can see why people were confused.
He just got handed a red envelope. What's happening? Oh, no.
What is this?
I don't know, but the Silk
It's
Song thing. Oh, I
random.
just saw Deadpool? VR Deadpool.
Yeah, and mate, yeah, the new trailer had new locations. Yeah, it looked like, to me, it looked like rural Italy. Rural Italy. So we got sort of the desert area around Speranza, and then maybe there's like a northern Italy location that's a bit greener. Yeah, I mean, the hype was definitely mismatched to what we got for sure. 100% random, Blake.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely hope that they just go, okay, based on the reaction, we need to come back real soon and say, okay, we're going to do a play test. And even if it's 1 week long in the middle of the wait, I think that would make a lot of people a lot happier. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Bryce, that people are getting upset over things the devs never said or implied. But at the same time, I also think that developers need to read the community well and kind of go, we need to be nimble here and follow this lead a little. Land somewhere in between. So, and that would have been really easy to do by just putting in that blog post that we look forward to having you guys jump in for a while before release or something like that.
Dude, that Silk Song jab was brutal. But of course, it was a Deadpool game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Ooh, what's this? Techland. What's going on?
For a moment, I thought we were going to get another open world zombie survival game.
Yeah, I think this is Killing Floor. Maybe. I'm not sure. I forget what Techland makes. Oh, I know what this is.
Well, the one thing we can that looked like Buried City for a moment.
Rooftop gameplay.
Yeah. Does look quite a lot like it, doesn't it? Well, you know, all of this, it doesn't change the quality of Art Creators, right? It's still going to be a great game, and really, it's just an expectations thing. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, Mouse, I don't think I would say Embark are clowns. I think maybe they just haven't accounted for how much hype that there was and adjusted for that in some way.
Yeah, that's really harsh.
Yeah, I think it's saying that's too harsh, because the game's amazing, you know. So there's nothing to take that away. Yeah, that people won't forget about the game in 4 months. People are just disappointed.
Yeah,
the hype will ramp back up. Yeah. Kindred Prune, what did I think about the new map? It looked great, actually. It looked like it had a lot of verticality. Different, definitely a different environment with a lot of greenery and forest and so on.
there was a couple frames of what looked like a crashed space station.
Right.
Mixtape. They made that cat game.
So Unmade finals season 7. I think they've actually already said they're going to be the finals will be shown at during the Future Games show. Is that tomorrow? I think, Demeister?
Future, yeah, that's tomorrow.
Future Games show is the finals is going to be shown. So that'll be season 7 for that
event. I have it here somewhere. Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Well, yeah, Cone, it's a good question. So why would they even release an open beta when they did the tech test and got the feedback they needed? Why pay for servers for spoiled and entitled kids to have fun? You Zoomers are ridiculous. The reason to pay for those servers is marketing, purely marketing now. Like they don't need any tech feedback, but they need to have a marketing plan. And I think just giving a date isn't a marketing plan.
Yeah, I hope so too, Dave Frisco. That would be amazing. But I won't cross my fingers.
Yeah. So the big question is, well, what do we get in between, right?
Yeah.
You've got a community of people, like at least like I presume the Discord hasn't been opened up to being fully available to jump in and chat.
Nope, they made an announcement. They put the trailer up, but that's it.
Yeah. So we can't. So the community's kind of going, well, what do we do now?
Yeah. Continue to cope.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll shadow drop Arc Pod Racers in the meantime. Yeah, that fifth project they're definitely working on.
Pod Racers.
That would be incredible in that world they have, like a racing game on just purely based on that key art from a long time ago.
The old school when that was a big open world, right? Yeah,
like imagine just racing through that on a speeder. That'd be incredible.
Yeah, I think there'll be plenty of other archetypes added. Kindred Prune.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, maybe that's something goes underground. Yeah, I think they could add more indoor arc as well with more variety.
Oh yeah.
Chance at a second trailer with the open beta stuff, I think highly unlikely that we'd get a second trailer with open beta. They could have just put it all in the same one, especially with the cost of a trailer at these events. You know, they're not going to spend 2 lots of $250,000 or whatever it is to get 30 seconds. Hey, Bebop. Yeah, I'm still hyped. We've got a date, you know, but the question is, so what do we do between now and then relating to the game? Yeah, pre-orders starting later in the summer. So what do we try and think in Northern Hemisphere terms? So they maybe mean the start of August, perhaps. So we won't have to wait 6 weeks to 2 months for the pre-orders to open.
This reminds me of a very old game that some of you may know. It's called Jet Li Rise to Honor. It was a twin stick fighter game.
Huh. Yeah, having the .exe thing when the trailer, everyone would have seen the trailer anyway. I guess it did kind of hint that there was more than just a trailer. Smokey, I don't think numbers are going to die down. I think there's just going to be a period where people are disappointed and then people will start to look forward to it again. Hey, Claude. Chloral92, welcome to the stream. Yeah, upset. A lot of people I can see a lot of people upset. No play weekend yet. Yeah, the Publix, that's right. It did feel kind of empty a little bit. Hey, Father Whiskey, welcome to the stream. Arc Raiders releasing beside COD. Yeah. Well, they're all, whenever you release a game, it's going to be next to something these days.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they said earlier on, what was it, 18,000 games a year, or it works out 50 games a day are released. So chances are within a few days of you, there's going to be another big game being released.
Yeah. And it's a somewhat different audience, so it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't been keeping an eye on the trailers. Demeister, have we seen anything exciting in the last 10 or 15 minutes?
Nothing too crazy. A lot of this style game, a lot of indie, retro games.
Hey Raymond, what was the release date? Is October 30 was the release date for Arc Raiders in the trailer that we got. Yeah, the blog didn't sound hopeful for a playtest between now and then, because they kind of talked about Tech Test 2 being sort of everything they needed before release. And the blog came across as it talked a bit about what they got out of it, but it didn't focus so much on what the community needs out of it. I don't think they'll release an emergency open beta run, but it wouldn't surprise me if in a week's time they go, hey, we understand it's a long wait. We are going to have a play weekend, and, maybe the same time as pre-orders open up as an event.
Resident Evil?
Yeah.
Oh. Just announcing a sale. Okay.
Huh. The first 10, that's Nixon's game, right?
Yeah. Typical. Gotta have that fan service.
Yeah, James, I thought it was a bit odd that Scrappy appeared as a tease beforehand, but didn't appear in the trailer. That was slightly odd.
Yeah.
There was,
just Jeff Keighley being silly.
Yeah. And I guess it was similar to the Osboos can before the finals, Shadow dropped, right? So similar marketing ploy. But yeah, maybe they didn't have time to get Scrappy into the trailer.
Oh, this is Scum.
Ah.
Is it finally 1.0?
Surely it has to be.
Yeah.
Wow. I think this trailer doesn't actually stand up to how good the game is. As a DayZ competitor, essentially, full launch June 17, so that's 10 days away. Yeah.
That was definitely a bit underrated.
Yeah, it is, and I think that trailer kind of underrated it as well.
Within its genre.
The game has a chance to be one of the best ever made, says Cone. Embark should really not be affected by the kids with the attention span of a poodle. Yeah, there's a lot of people with short attention spans out there. But I think the flip side is you also got to sense what the community is like. And you're not necessarily pandering to them, but acknowledging what they're thinking. Yeah, we got a release date. That's the important thing. It releases in 3 days.
Damn.
So yeah, we have had a almost immediate release.
Hitman and mine's interesting.
Huh.
That game is very controversial.
James Bond.
Yeah. This game better have a campaign.
Kindred, how do you think that if Marathon gets a delay, it will affect Dark Raiders' hype or player interest? Personally, I think Marathon needs to be delayed. I'd still like to see that game succeed, but it looked like it had at least another year of development and to get to that point.
Yeah.
So hopefully they delay it. And I don't. Well, actually, releasing problem with Marathon, if it releases in September, at the moment, I think it's going to be a failure. So I don't think everyone would just move on to looking at Arc Raiders either way. So yeah, I don't think.
I think it's both not ready, and also it's not been long enough since the controversy.
Yeah, I agree, DeMeister. Yeah. Do you really want the guys, Cone says, do you really want the guys that are crashing out on Reddit at the moment, calling Embark names in the community? You know, they're always going to be there. The way I think of it, and I think about this for my own community as well, it's like having a concert. And you know when you go to a concert and you can come away going, oh my God, this was the most amazing thing I've ever been to see. The music was great, whatever. And then you can read the next day that 4 people got arrested at the concert for fighting, right? 2 massively different experiences from the same event. So there's always going to be people that are fighting at the concerts in the gaming community as a metaphor. And they're just going to be there. It's just going to be part of it, really. Mads Mikkelsen should be in as many things as possible. What a character. Yeah, it was definitely going to be a shadow drop, not a foe.
I'm still upset that Mads Mikkelsen didn't get picked for the Witcher show. Okay, chat. They shadow dropped a DLC for Hitman.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything's fine.
That's the shadow drop for the show. Yeah, I'm sure the Discord's a mess right now. Not a foe, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Borak says people ask for games with excellent graphics, gameplay, and deep systems, and then they are outraged when it takes time. Gotta be realistic. Very good point.
True.
Tarkov has been
Very
in early
true.
access for like a decade now.
Yeah, not even an exaggeration.
Yeah. Does this guy know he's
Just gotta
live?
be patient.
Hey, Smeltron. Are you talking about me? I think I
As
know I'm
always.
live. Not sure if you talked about it yet, but the character shown in the trailer was wearing mixed matched clothes and outfits. Bring a
Were
final star
they?
appearance
I didn't
customization.
know.
I kind of expect that anyway. I think it was just pointed out during the tech test they didn't have it. But I think everyone was going to expect to be able to
Yeah.
swap things around a bit.
So is this like Mario Party? Lego Party.
Yeah. The start of the show was good. There were a few mind-blowing things in that, like those, was it End of Abyss, the cube? It looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to be impressed by something else now.
Yeah, it seems Wildgate. Yeah, kind of seems like we're on the down slope of the show.
A little bit, yeah. Hey, Jamal, you're late. Did it drop? So we got a trailer with a release date of October 30, and a blog that doesn't really sound too promising about an opportunity to play Arc Raiders between now and October 30. They talked about Tech Test 2 having been really useful leading up to release and didn't sort of hint at any other opportunity to play the game. So, yeah, bit of disappointment out there. I think people are happy they got a release date, unhappy that we don't get to play it between now and then by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Gotta remember.
Any finals
Game Dev
references?
is
I didn't
very
see any
unpredictable.
finals references, Smellatron. Personally, my take is that the two games aren't connected and that we just get Easter eggs between them. But there's no sort of evidence to say that they're either way, to say that if there might be a connection or not at this stage.
Yeah. I'm okay either way, whatever they decide to do. I think both would be cool if they're separate or not, but I expect that they're not.
Yeah, just
Or that
the
they are.
idea that the... Oh, sorry, Demaster, you go on.
No, I'm done.
It's just normal says the idea that the game is going to be even better than Tech Test 2 is so awesome. Yeah, that's right. It is. It's shaping up to be a very well-polished game at release. I don't think yeah, I don't know if the hype will die down. I think there might just be a period where people are disappointed and then they'll kind of get over it. People are calling it Arc Waiters.
Yeah. And that's what we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be fine. It's not that far away.
So we got 5 months. I don't know. To me, 5 months feels like quite a long time with no access, given we had Tech Test 2.
Yeah.
They, again, it's like the question is, what's between now and then for the community, really? If pre-orders are opening up late in the summer, that seems interesting that that's got a specific time and they haven't done it now. Going to spend money on your account on June, yeah. I'm sure a lot of people will be playing that. Excuse my voice, getting a bit rough.
Do I wait? All right. got 30 more minutes.
Yeah.
Check the games list. See what they still haven't shown yet.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good to Meister. Yeah, German Warfare. A lot of people have been waiting for a while. You know, I've been following it since 2019. So in the grand scheme of things, 5 months is actually nothing.
Yeah. I always got to remind myself that, oh, ill? Oh, this game looks sick. Very gory.
This is the third game that's come from the studio today? Or second?
No, this is their first game. Wait, did it say Munfish?
Yeah.
No. Really?
Yeah, it was Munfish.
That's weird because this game is being developed by a studio called Clout Games.
Really?
Yeah. I'm very aware of this game because it looks amazing.
It's got a very
maybe they're partnering with them.
Almost a like Chernobyl cool kind of vibe to it.
Yeah. Jesus. What in the
Whoa.
What in
Yeah. Ill seems right.
Yeah. No, yeah. Oh my god. Oh. Waifu Gundam Simulator. Liza P. Ill.
Protect the FPS says 90% of games are full of blood. They want to use their imagination. Yeah, it kind of comes with the territory, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, that's horror games for you.
Yeah, Goddess Monkey says the kids will be upset by the olds amongst, but the olds amongst us can be patient and wait for a more polished experience. Yeah, I agree. I don't think it actually is going to change the hype. I think people are just going to have a period where they're disappointed and kind of throw a few bricks at the developers, metaphorically speaking. But they'll get over it, I think, because the game's too good not to get over it.
Someone who's been a part of like an uncountable number of playtests for games, like I think a lot of people don't understand just how long it takes to develop a game.
Yeah.
And before you even set eyes on a trailer for it, like how long it is to develop.
Yeah, man. I mean, Art Creators has had plenty of time, right? Obviously, with the change in the game and so on, so that there's reasons why it's well polished, and in that way we're lucky. It's an example of how time really helps.
Yeah, sometimes they just need to cook.
Looks interesting.
Infinitesimals. This is that game where they're like shrunk down to the size of ants or something.
Oh yeah. It's like that. What was that movie called where you were in like the garden?
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Hey Diggy, so we got a trailer with a date for Arc Raiders is what you missed, and of October 30. No playtest by the sounds of it, which is causing a bit of disappointment. And we had a few good games in the Game Fest other than Arc Raiders. Early on, were most of the good ones. The Cube looks particularly interesting.
This one kind of looks cool.
I'm kind of surprised that people haven't done this like scaled down, beneath the grass kind of game more often, actually.
Yeah. There's been a couple. There was one recently that was like a kind of like an open world survival game where you play as a bunch of people who have been shrunk down. You have to battle bugs and stuff. I forget what it's called.
Right. This looks interesting. This sounds like a big announcement.
Oh, Resident Evil. This is interesting. So they're back in Raccoon City. That's the lady who does the voice for Lady Dimitrescu or whatever her name is.
Right.
Oh, nothing.
Red Rum says we are bamboozled raiders. Yeah, I think that probably sums it up pretty well.
What the hell? I don't know what's going on.
Random. What?
I'm so confused.
What is this? This is bizarre.
Yeah. So good. I guarantee you it's like a side scroller beat 'em up.
Street Fighter.
Oh, yep, Street Fighter.
Yeah. I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break. But Demeister, you're happy to commentate on what we were watching for 2 minutes?
Oh yeah.
All right, I'll be back. I'll be back in a minute.
Ooh. Interesting. This is like a Team Fortress style game. Looks like a little bit. Okay. Could be fun. Oh, so it's like a capture the flag style game with heroes. Very groovy. Wu Chang. The definitely not Wukong ripoff game.
All right, I'm back.
Oh.
What did I miss?
Welcome back. So there was just like a Team Fortress style game that didn't look very interesting.
Okay.
And then there's this Wu Chang, which is a blatant copy of Wukong.
Yeah. Pretty much looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Cone writes persist wish list. I like it. That's good. That's very clever.
Yeah.
That's good. Team Fortress 3. Yeah.
And so the only big games we haven't seen so far, Wuthering Waves and the Seven Deadly Sins, which I don't even know what that is.
Right.
And Wuthering Waves has been out for a long time, so
Yeah, this has definitely been a show that's started off strong and has slowly sort of dwindled, right?
yeah. I feel like that's kind of how it always goes.
Yeah.
They do this big build up for the main announcements, and then they just rattle off a bunch of indie games usually.
Mm-hmm.
What is this?
How long's it been running now? What?
A Wu-Tang game?
2:30, 2.5 hours. Been 5 Souls games almost looking identical.
Yeah. Except for I mean they tend to have that Souls vibe. They all go for like a dark gritty style usually. Which, you know, I don't mind that style at all, so it's fine with me.
Yeah, so far I've only written down 3 games that sort of, aside from Arc Raiders, that were really interesting. That was End of Abyss, The Cube, and the Infinitesimals look kind of cool.
Okay. Yeah.
But The Cube probably would be the one that stood out so far.
Yeah, the shooter game. We love those.
What would you give the show out of 10 so far, DeMeister, overall?
So far, a little bit underwhelming, to be honest. It's like at a 6 for me.
That's exact. I just wrote down a number before you said it, and it was the number 6.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah. Yeah. There's been some good stuff, but overall, a little underwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah. Guild Wars.
We got an ad.
I am. Oh. I didn't see Chrono Odyssey yet. That game looks pretty cool. It's like a massive open world RPG.
Right.
With like some insane tech, like for graphics and all that.
Yeah, 6 feels right for the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we might be a bit late in it now for something really massive to come along unexpectedly.
Yeah. If Arc Raiders announced a beta for like tomorrow, then the show would be a 10 out of 10 without a doubt. That would overshadow everything else.
Yeah. I'll be a bit late for that.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. I mean, the main event may be over, but we still got multiple days of shows.
Oh, we got some Arc Raiders hype thrown in there.
Yeah.
This looks like the hype trailer, a portion of that hype trailer he made. It was a good hype trailer too, actually.
Yeah. Oh, Epic Games is doing mobile stuff now. Okay. Cyberpunk on the Switch. I'm amazed that you can get that game to run on the Switch. Well, it's on the Switch too, I guess, but this fest is a few days. So you're saying there's a chance.
Something extra. Yeah, that's right. I think it's like 4 days in total, is it? So we're on day 2. I think it started yesterday officially.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 days.
We got let me go back to the calendar.
Future Games Fest tomorrow, where the finals is appearing.
Yeah, so it officially ends on the 9th. That's the last show.
Right. All right. So there's 4 days in total, or even more, 4 and a bit.
Yeah.
It's possible they could have a late announcement, and I know Embark in the past have done slightly strange things where they announce something and then like a day later and everyone's like, oh, and then a day later they come back with something. But
maybe this is all part of the plan.
Could be.
They want to crush you down as low as possible so they can wow you later.
It's like reverse KGB tactics.
Yeah.
Right.
You'll be extra excited because you were depressed before. So. Game is wild. I can't wrap my mind around playing this game.
What's that, Demaster?
A split gate. It's an arena shooter with portals.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Drop the F-bomb on stage. Wonder if that was scripted.
Yeah, I mean, plenty of the trailers had the F-bomb in it, so I'm sure it's fine.
Byron, is there still the slightest chance of hope for us? Yeah, I think definitely. Embark, like I said, sometimes they might come back in a week's time and go, oh, and by the way, there's a playtest, But if that is the case, then the blog post wasn't written as well as it could have been written.
Definitely wouldn't get my hopes up, but there's always a chance.
Yeah. And so I guess my question is then, what do they envisage the marketing for the game is between now and then? If there's, if they don't have a playtest as part of the marketing. What is the marketing for it? Gamescom, I suppose.
Yep.
When is Gamescom? That's like August, isn't it? So maybe that's when pre-orders. Yeah, it's possible we might get a Gamescom playtest drop.
August 20th.
There you go. So that could be pre-orders and a playtest. It's possible.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Yeah.
That's another opportunity.
August 20th. So still, 2 and a bit months to wait. So, yeah, I kind of wonder what they're going to do in between to kind of keep everyone entertained.
Yeah, that's got to remind the Redditors we still have GameCon coming up.
We're definitely in the mellow part of the Game Fest now.
Oh, yeah. Is this that Like a Dragon game?
Interesting.
Tokyo Noir?
What is this? 1943.
It's pretty cool. Definitely a time period and region I've never seen in a game before.
Interesting.
I
Almost has a slight Red Dead Redemption feel to it.
Yeah, kind of.
But set in 1943 Japan. Interesting.
Stranger Than Heaven. Interesting.
Yeah. Might go and take a look at that. Okay. Here we go. What is it?
Odyssey?
Summer Slop Fest. Yeah. A little bit. There's a couple of gems amongst the slop.
What is?
Yeah, what is this?
This looks cool. Looks cool. Like the vibe.
Looks like it's something from a big studio anyway.
Something about disease.
Yeah, that's right. We've still got season 7 of the finals to look forward to. Exactly. Rin says there's 3,600 dislikes on Discord as a reaction. People are sad, yeah. Yeah. $3,300 fire and 3,600 thumbs down. I think that sums it up pretty succinctly. Interesting.
Interesting.
Do you know what this is, Demeister?
No, I don't know what this game is, but I think I know what studio it is. Maybe, I don't know. What in the world? Okay, now I'm confused.
Oops. Hey, you're so dry. Will we be able to play Arc Raiders today? Sadly not. No. We got a October 30 release date with a trailer with a bunch of new stuff in it. We'll take a look at that in a bit. But no, doesn't look like any Arc Raiders play today, and maybe not between now and October 30 at this stage.
Well, I was completely wrong, but I'm kind of happy about it.
I was actually reading chat. What was I missed the end of it. Oh, Resident Evil. Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
February 27. Interesting time of year. Huh. Okay, let's good on you, Jeff Keighley. Let's take a look at the trailer and go through it in some detail. All right, let me bring it up. Just give me a moment here.
Arc Raiders.
Yeah, should be the top thing on my screen. It is indeed. All right, let's switch over so you can see what I'm looking at. Make it full screen. There we go. And let's bring it up for you. Should be that one. Okay, so we'll play it. I'll play it through just in normal speed, and then we'll go through it. And I need to give you some audio to listen to as well. Make sure I've got that going, so you can actually hear what's happening. Here we go.
Thanks for stopping by, James. Have a good one.
Cheers, James. Thank you. Yep. Okay, let's go. I think you should be able to see it now. Yeah.
Breathe. Let your body settle into a slower rhythm. Clear your mind of all distractions. You don't have to walk this path alone. Surround yourself with resourceful friends.
Lots on the wall.
Here, you are in control.
Cool head whip.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to the start. We'll go through, and someone asked a question before. Chris, what were my thoughts on the show? Like Demeister and I both gave it a 6 out of 10. There were a few good games. That one was called The Cube, especially. I want to go and check that out. That looked pretty cool. End of Abyss, The Cube, Infinitesimals, and I wrote down that Stranger Than Heaven. But yeah, a lot of stuff that was just kind of lackluster. But let's dive into the trailer.
I already spotted a flamingo.
Let's go frame by frame if I can find the right. You spotted a flamingo?
Yep, and a very concerning menu item. You'll see.
Okay, we'll get to it. Backpack coming off, interesting. Might just be, yeah, not actual gameplay for sure. Actually, what weapon was that she was holding? Does that look? That looks. Is that a rattler?
Oh, the renegade. Where she's falling. I think that's the renegade.
Okay. I don't think it had the back magazine. Did it like that? Is it? I don't know. Looks like it's got a sight on it too. And they're in the bottom right. You guys can see that? Yeah. You're down here. I can point to that for you. So, hey, Metallic Girl. Oh, thanks so much for the $5. Pick the worst time of year launch. Yeah, well, better than, for me, it's better than right at the end of the year. GTA 6 drops October 29. All right, we'll carry on with this. I'll come back to the chat in a minute.
The Renegade's the lever action one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I thought this looked more like the Rattler, is it? But maybe that's new.
Nah, the Rattler has like a curved magazine on the bottom, like an AK.
Right.
What's that burst rifle? I forget what it's called.
The Arpeggio.
Yeah, maybe that one.
Was it? I think that's it.
What it looks like.
All right, let's carry on through it, see what we can spot. This is what I do a lot of, just this frame by frame stuff when going through trailers. Then we got this player with the cool headwear coming in for the first time.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Interesting. Is that the Venator? Is that it? Maybe?
Yeah,
sure.
I think so.
Headwear looks cool though. Okay. Super detailed close up. Hey, Gonian. I'm going well. We're just going through the Art Creators trailer that was released, showing the release date of October 30. Yeah, Arpeggio, yeah, that's right, Leon.
Seems it was a nightmare.
Okay, so what can we see in here? Like the lava lamp. So there's down the bottom here, that's batteries that you can find in round right down here.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Dems to rechargeable bits.
Yep.
Let me make this full screen.
Yeah, that's what I got mine pretty much.
Lava lamp. There's an ammo can on the shelf.
Yeah.
With a box of energy ammo.
Energy ammo, that's right. Yeah, good spotting. The aerosol can up here, which you can find in game as well. What does that say? It looks like area. There. And these interesting sort of planetary symbols, which we've seen quite a lot of around the maps.
Yeah. I see some plants. I've seen those plants in paintings, like the picture on the wall. They're in paintings in some of the levels.
Right.
There's a gas mask. You can find those in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see that what you're talking about. It says area. Yeah.
Looks like area.
Interesting.
And then what might be some sort of old corporate on that poster.
Yeah.
Lachi Chiari. Clear eyes. Honey Badger says, is what it says. Apparently. Clear eyes.
Clear eyes. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which is, maybe it's the greatest version of Open Your Eyes. Very symbolic. Look at that for a shot. Nice little bit of cinematography, I suppose you'd call it. All right, we got a cassette with, what is it? Bertie's something. On a 60 minute cassette. You can always see it on the stream, yeah, as well. And do we get any writing on the right? No. Currently being played. So it could be maybe her name is Bertie.
Maybe.
Yeah. So we might get a character name there. Hey, thanks, Zagonian. Appreciate it. All right, and then she's turning something on.
Speranza.
Okay.
Tono.
Yeah.
What does tono mean?
Tuna, I presume, is it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks like right. Tuna on the side. Yeah, we have got a number there on the barcode. That's potentially something we could look into.
Oil. Oh yeah.
Right. So there's a barcode number.
It's 012345.
123. Oh, it is 2678900. Okay, yeah. Maybe nothing too much to be read into that. Good analysis by Demeister straight away. Okay. Keep carrying on through.
Man, this person needs to clean their room.
I thought she was wearing Crocs for a moment. It's like, what?
Yeah, it kind of looks like it. It's got the heel straps for it.
Yeah, it does look like that, doesn't it? More tuna on the floor. That room must stink with fish cans lying around.
Yeah, for real.
Backpack with no armor on. Stepping into.
Yeah, true. No shield.
Yeah.
Speranza.
So, yeah. I kind of got the vibe that it almost felt like they were hinting at a out of round, area that you could move around in by all of this play, but I guess it's just intro cinematographics as well.
Yeah, I would love that, but yeah, I imagine it's just for show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Celeste there on the left.
Yeah. Yeah, good spotting. And okay, now we might start to get into some more interesting stuff. Some different Raider outfits here. I think we've seen most of these, right? Not this. That cowboy hat variation is different from what we've seen before. So we quick look at what people are.
An interesting thing about the Speranza, where it's like panning down behind Celeste, there's like a monitor with like a blue image on it.
I'll come back to it. Hang on.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, yeah, okay, off on the left there, right?
Yeah, so that image, if you like actually go to in like in the menu, you go to Celeste, room or whatever, that monitor is in the room.
Yeah.
So it's like that's probably where she lives.
That's Celeste's room there, yeah, interesting. Almost looks like Donkey Kong on the screen.
Yeah.
A little, right?
I think it's like an image of like top side.
Yeah.
You can actually see the same image in Shawnee's room as well.
Gotcha, yeah, right. But a blueprint kind of it instead, right? More on there.
Yeah, it's
like
like
an actual blueprint.
monitors.
For those of you that haven't seen this before, I mean, obviously all of us that have seen in-game have seen this, but this actual location is a real place in Naples. It's like a shopping centre, Galleria 2 or something. So you can actually find it on Google Earth and look at the photos of it. So Naples was obviously the base for a lot of the photogrammetry that they did.
Yeah.
Right, so let's carry on, see what we can spot.
I want to know what this drink is that I've seen in multiple trailers. Just like this brown bottle with like a yellow label.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. They look like beer bottles.
Speranza sarsaparilla or something.
Okay, here we go. So now we're getting our first look at a new map. So this looks really to me like Dolomites, so northern Italy, this very steep terrain here.
Yeah,
and even and so I was going to say in the church on the right here as well, that looks very Italian.
Yeah, for sure.
What was your theory, DeMeister?
My theory is that this map exists on the other side. Like the back of Spaceport where there's like a big cliff and there's those two buildings where you need a key to get in.
Yeah.
I have a theory that this is on the other side of those cliffs, like
right
on the outside of the crater.
Right. That's so it's possible. I would personally say, given the terrain, if they're kind of sticking to a slightly real world geography, then this would actually just be a different location based in northern Italy versus the Naples location. That would be my hunch. Looks like a giant crashed, like you were saying, almost looks like a space station kind of thing on the ground here, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Terrain looks awesome. Plenty of verticality.
Oh yeah, I love the verticality in this game.
Not too many buildings. I'm just going to go back one. Looks like we've got a little, maybe some, like a radar outpost field station there. Anything with the... None of them seem to be carrying weapons in hand.
Yeah, they all have shields on.
Quite open, like you can see a long way across the terrain.
Yeah.
Sparse forest. Flamingo. Oh, flamingo. Oh, there. Yeah, flamingo. There's the flamingo. And what's on the menu? Barbecue chicken, miso ramen, fish and chips, probably.
Watch out, Scrappy.
Avocado.
Making chicken.
Something. Catch of the day, I think looks down the bottom.
Yeah.
And look like wine bottles almost up on the top there.
Yeah. Oh, there's that. Yeah, there's that orange drinking. Wonder if it's beer or what.
Yeah, right.
I'd have to compare some of those labels to real life labels.
Yeah.
Oh. Some very clear text.
Okay. Yes. Cafe Espresso was $1.20. And what's above that?
Yeah. I don't know.
Burr.
Get out the magnifier
hard to read.
tool here. I still can't read
So
it.
something that's $4.50 and $1.20 by the looks. And then
Maybe
Casa Pronta.
I don't know.
Casa Pronta at the top. What's Casa in Italian? CASSA. And Pronta. Fast cash?
Casa is probably like house. If I had to take a guess. So like a coffee house or like
yeah, could
something like that. Help chat.
be. The wine bottle has a Greek slave on it. Let's go back and have a look at that. Hard to tell on that one. Maybe there's a later image. This character, oh, they were sitting down behind the cash register. They just took the register away. What's that about? That's interesting.
It says cash ready.
Cash ready, right?
Yeah.
Like this character is just like breaking the fourth wall, looking straight at the camera. It's like the extra that ruined the movie.
Why did he take the...
They've taken the whole cash register. Yeah, it's interesting.
What? Yeah, that was bizarre.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is on the left. It looks a bit like art. Yeah, it's very strange. Maybe that's like the wait staff come around and with the cash register instead of like a mobile pay station or whatever. They just take the cash register from table to table. Could be.
That's so bizarre. It's funny though.
Can't really see anything written on the side there. They're off in the background with the cash register. Are they running with it? Like they've stolen? Oh, look! So they've stolen it.
They're running away.
Look! So he's
they just up and took it.
Yeah, running and being chased. That's so random. So there you go. No wonder where Scrappy gets his tendencies from. He learnt from the best. And we do have some numbers on here. So. They look the same to me as the previous numbers we've seen, which is like 09, 028, 522T or something like that. Which originally I thought was indicating maybe a trailer date or something along those lines, but it never really eventuated to much. Yeah. All right. We've got Celeste and Shani.
Yep. Yes, that blue image on the monitor is the same as the one
on the left
Celeste's room.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. All right. Guitar lessons. See Johnny. Look, my favorite cook, maybe.
Oh, yeah,
and then whenever eats something down, clean up after yourself. Okay, so it's kind of like telling them not to make a mess. There's a book club. Come over every second Friday of the month. Only, and then I think it says only if you have a book.
What's the pug's name in the finals? It's Frank.
Frank, right?
On the top left, it says Pet Fred. So maybe this pug is Fred in this game?
Maybe. Then unknown arc threat raiders only. Okay. And on the left, volunteer for special school, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
Down the bottom, supply drop.
Brand school.
And the top right, ask for someone. And then there's something about sick leave. There was a phone number visible on the poster.
Oh yeah, 0813
017 or something like that. 0813.
I can't read that last part.
Yeah, it's tricky. So volunteer for Speranza School wanted. Okay. All right. Then Raiders crafting something. She's going to go topside. get our usual view down the tubes.
Come over every second Friday of the month.
Yeah, it's quite a long way, isn't it, Argo? Yeah, especially with no play test in between. Going out the familiar doors. I think we missed anything there. I was looking away from the screen for a moment. I didn't step over anything, did I, into Meister?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's all good. I don't think we missed anything. All right, 3 raiders going in, including the guy that stole the cash register on the left, right?
Stuck in zoomed mode currently.
You can just watch the screen if you want. Then we've got Buried City with the Raider Distress flare going off. I think there's any changes there that I can notice. It looks pretty much like the standard map to me. All right, then we go back to a new map, and again, to me, this still looks like Dolomites, northern Italy type country. Almost at the top there, almost has like a Lake Como kind of feel to it. And then we get Manticore, right, which we've seen before. Yeah, some sort of bunker.
It's like a mythical being.
Yeah. And then little Italian village. This map looks like almost a blend between Buried City style and like Dam, but with more trees and greenery. Oh, and there's a bastion directly below as well. And a wasp, I think it is, flying above. Yeah, so quite a lot of buildings here. Let me go back one step. So we've got all these, like the Buried City sort of clock tower or sniper tower type point. A lot of Buried City to style, those Italian buildings. Some sort of raider camp up here, maybe. It looks a bit bigger though. All right, so then we're jumping forward. Still looks like similar territory, maybe a little more elevated here. Yeah, this definitely looks like Dolomites country in the background with those super sharp, jagged mountains. And some sort of bunker in the distance here. That'd be kind of cool if we have like a mountain bunker as well that you can go into. Like an extensive inside, tunnels, and it's on the back of that raider. Weapon looks maybe like the one that we saw at the start. Yeah, can't really tell from the weapon side of things there. So that's the Arpeggio.
Stock. Might be the Arpeggio. There's one other rifle that is kind of similar that I forget the name of.
Yeah, the one being held looks like isn't that the Arpeggio being held?
I think so.
Yeah. Cool outfit. Looks like the torch is being mounted on the helmet here, maybe. Was that a camera? It might be a camera. And then we got that doesn't look like a queen to me. That looks so this is a completely different arc, right? This is the one that we were talking about earlier. Yeah, so we got this like tall, slender thing.
That thing's creepy.
Yeah, it's creepy. Very War of the Worlds kind of shape to the top of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, and it looked like it turned to look in that direction slightly towards the raider.
Help me, Tom Cruise.
Yeah, yeah. All right, then zip line on the left we have...
I like the sparks on the zip line. That's cool.
Inalika.
Yeah, that means angel in Italian.
Angel, interesting.
Yeah, that's the company that runs the dam.
And I think a Rocketeer in the distance with a wasp with it, maybe. Yeah, long legs. And then we got 2 raiders confronting one another. One with a Stitcher, I think, facing us. The other one with...
That's the Bobcat.
Oh, Bobcat. Yeah. My bad.
Yeah. Okay, see, now that... Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. The Renegade... Not the Renegade. I keep saying Renegade, but...
Interesting.
There's a burst rifle, and then there's one that's full auto. They look very similar.
I thought we were going to get a stance change there. Don't know if you know, but when they do the stance, when you do the stance change in game, the guns are just mirrored, so they just flip them like 180.
Yeah, I remember him saying
Saves
that
on
the
assets.
stream.
Yeah.
I never noticed.
No one
so
noticed,
it's
really. Yeah. I think Clean noticed. Right, then they get blasted. Get a close up of the Fortnite axe. Right. Yeah, nice weapon details.
Yeah.
Yeah, where is this location? This is Buried City, I think, is it? Looks like Buried City.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Got the palm trees. I think Buried City had the palm trees.
Yeah. Buried City. Ready to get shot at. So a lot of...
yeah, that's definitely Buried City. You can see the platform where you run across.
Yep.
She really just ran over to grab a tuna can mid-firefight. Like, she really likes tuna.
Oh, there's the resin there, and that shot that shot that I have on screen at the moment that's resin in the middle that you can find.
Oh, it's currently an ad playing.
I can wait. Let me know when it's. Let me know when it's done. In
13 seconds.
Okay, all right, that's all right. I'll have a quick look at what people have been writing in chat. Yeah, just got to keep the hype, etc.
I can see.
Yeah, so that little resin container right in the middle there.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yep.
Vincent, did they give any insight on the jump pads in the old trailers making it or not making it to the game? I'm trying to remember if Clean and Shy talked about that, and maybe they didn't make it in. I can't remember if they discussed it or not. There would have been a lot of change though, because you could see in that original trailer the entire pace of the game was completely different. It was a lot faster. Hey, lols.
So that pistol, I'm pretty sure, is the Beretta.
All right, move on. Hey, a can of tuna alongside the resin. Yeah. She obviously likes the tuna.
Yeah, she loves tuna so much.
Yeah.
Just to run over and grab it while her life is in danger.
Maybe there's a quest where we've got to collect like a whole lot of it. It'll come back to haunt us, right? There'll be like, you've got to collect 48 cans of tuna or something. And we'll be like, oh, now we know why she was ahead of us. Then we've got some writing, which is hard to read. Equality, maybe, or words to that effect down the bottom.
Oh yeah, now we're back to the start of the trailer where she falls down.
And then this awesome headwear. It looks like the Steal the Spotlight outfit a little from the finals in some ways. Without the mesh. I thought it might have been a watch for a minute, but maybe not. Very cool look on it though. Right. Hey lols. How you doing?
That's the end of the trailer.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
There's the queen.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and she gets blasted. So as far as Easter eggs go, I'd say the flamingo's appearance you'd call a bit kind of an Easter egg, an ongoing Easter egg in some ways. Yeah. Yeah, and then we get the start shot. Very you can see that guys that make this trailer used to make the Battlefield trailers. There's very similar sort of shots and things.
cinematic.
And then that just looks like a standard Queen to me by the looks, I think.
Yeah, I didn't really see anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, and this looks like Buried City.
Interesting that she's climbing on the buildings.
Yeah, true, actually, right.
Maybe they've improved.
Hey, hang on, but did we ever... There was never a harvester on Buried City, was there?
Nope.
Yeah, so it's our first time we've seen Queen on Buried City, right?
Yep.
Cool, and then we've got the usual thing in the date, I think, at the end. Just quickly whiz through this to make sure there was nothing hidden in that. Usually there isn't in this part.
Yeah, it seems pretty standard.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and then we got wishlist now and coming October 30. So that was the trailer. So a few things in there, nothing too amazing or super sneaky, a few names and things. I'll go back to camera here.
Need to grab a screenshot of that dude stealing the register and turn it into an...
Yeah.
That was pretty...
Yeah, that was a sneaky little... Yeah, that was actually an interesting little narrative thrown in there. I think it... Just having a look at the chat here, so yeah, Big Bud gutted, no open beta, I agree, a little bit gutted. Do you think they planned a beta or cancelled for some reason by any chance? No, I don't think so. I think this seems like a plan that they would have had for a while. Game is getting cooked. Yeah, well, I guess the devs are still cooking it as well. Countdown for Countdown seemed a little too unreasonable for Embark to do. Yeah, maybe confusing. It's probably a better way to put it than unreasonable. A confused marketing message. I don't think they've shot themselves in the foot. I think it's just a misstep is probably what you would call it. Do I feel gaslit? I'm not sure how I would feel gaslit. Maybe Nexon stepped in. I doubt that. I feel there's been very little sort of Nexon influence in most of the Embark marketing side of things and whatnot so far. Embark didn't promise us any info, no. But as I said, Publix, there's not promising stuff and also getting a good read on the community and what expectations are. Expectation setting is the biggest deal across. I mean, that's why marketing exists, that it sets the expectations. We helped ourselves up too hard, but likewise, they could have seen that and gone, okay, now we've got a hyped up community, what do we do? And it kind of feels like they didn't answer that question. And put that ARG stuff on Steam. Not sure what you mean by that, Ninja Loot. And hey, Chief 9. Yeah, so game does not drop today, unfortunately. October 30 is the release, sorry to say. But at least we have a date. That's the biggest positive. A lot of competition, yeah. I think there's always going to be some competition, and people will launch a game at the time of year that fits them as well. You can't keep diving around other games because you'll just find that there's going to be a shadow drop of something you didn't expect. So they just got to do what they got to do. Can't wait to collect that tuna here. Moving play now button timer hidden in executable. Yeah, so, right, I see. Yeah. The play now thing. Oh, yeah, exactly. Like if you actually look at it now, back at the play now, like the fact that we can't play now, it's way more meaningful in a way. It becomes a stronger message now that we know we can't play it. What do you think the chances they release a statement on their Discord later today? Probably not today. I wouldn't expect something, but maybe next week they might have a review of how things have gone and kind of go, okay, we need to talk to the community about what happens between now and, what's the next step between now and release as opposed to just being released. It's a big gap. Yeah, so I think the Easter egg thing, I don't feel like it was sort of gaslit us or anything like that. I think it may be just a misread or mixed messages, maybe unexpected mixed messages that I didn't realise. Yeah, probably no better to release. It seems that way given the blog post. There is a post on the Discord. It says Ninja Loot, an extra post. Yeah, I don't see anything they've added. So it's just the post from Dusty with the link to the Arc Raiders website. Yes, so I imagine Steam discussion will be crazy for sure. Yeah, this is going to happen. The thing to keep in mind is that people that are happy with getting the date are probably not saying much at the moment because they're just like, oh, we got a date, great. I'm looking forward to October 30, and that's it. So you're going to just be hearing the people that have complaints to make because we can't play now. But we don't know the size of the audience that's happy and have just gone, great, I've got a date to look forward to. Because they're not going to write that.
That's me.
Having said that, though, part of marketing is you want people to have a reaction that is, I'm buzzed and I want to voice that. That's what you really want, and that's kind of missing at the moment, I suppose.
Yeah.
What other games are you guys hyped for that might be out now or releasing in the next few days? Ooh.
Let me check. Well,
Tumbleweeds.
It's not a whole lot.
Yeah.
That I'm particularly excited for this year, other than Arc Raiders. To be honest,
I don't know. I can't remember that the Cube game that we saw. Was that'd be a 2026 release, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going to spend a lot of advertising dollars to remind me about this game in 5 months. Yeah, they might, Ninja, and they might be prepared for that fact. And someone mentioned earlier, well, maybe they don't want to spend the money on servers for a test that's not required. But I'm like, well, you could just count that as marketing. How much does it cost to get the servers up and running for a playtest? I don't know the answer to that question, but let's say it's $500,000 to run a playtest. Well, a 1 minute that compared to a whole bunch of advertising. Yeah, tricky to say. So, yeah. Any other thoughts, Demeister? I've been kind of talking for a bit. You got anything else you want to add about Arc Raiders or what we saw today?
I'm still excited. I wish we could have gotten some today, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fret about it.
Yeah.
I got other games I can play in the meantime.
Yeah. Personally, I'm the same. I'm still really looking forward to it. I'm fine with it being October 30. I would just add that I feel like the whole sort of marketing package that they've put together could have been a little bit better managed given the state of the community going into it. So
yeah,
that's probably how I would sum it up.
Yeah, pretty much agree with that.
Yeah. Cool. Oh well, sort of a mixed emotions day. We have a release date, so that's great. But obviously a bit of disappointment in the community as well. So lots to talk about in the next few days. I'm sure I'll try and put some stuff into a video as well. I also have an interview video coming up very soon, so keep an eye out for that. It's currently in the process of being edited. I'm not going to say who I interviewed, but hopefully you'll enjoy it. And I don't know when that'll come out. There's a few steps that need to be taken before we can get that out to you, but it is on the way.
There you go, chat. Something to look forward to.
Something to look forward to. Yeah, that's right. Here you go. There's your... yeah. And of course, I'll be streaming the finals and whatnot between now and October 30, and maybe some other games as well in that gap. And we've got Future Games show with season 7 of the finals, hopefully tomorrow. So hope they will talk to us and not radio silence. Yeah. I think it would be good to say something, just to, because if you see that people are unhappy, even if you can't tell if that's a small portion of the community or not, it's good to have communication. That's what keeps people engaged. Not to be negative, but that trailer was disappointing and did not make me feel like the same experience of the previous ones or the game itself. I kind of felt like it was the same experience. The end of it, the very last shot when that queen was there, felt a little sort of hammed up, but even just telling us open beta soon. Yeah, so the fact they haven't said that Publix kind of makes me think there isn't an open beta soon. So, Banana, I'm 110% not buying Ark now. Yeah, well, you can't at the moment. I mean, better know nothing, just a shitty trailer. Yeah, I think try and keep it in context. It's like it. I wouldn't call it a shitty trailer. I thought the trailer was fine. I think a misstep of not having something to look forward to between now and October 30. And yeah, hopefully they can look at that and come up with a solution for it. There's a lesson in shocking PR by Embark. They went from loved and hyped to getting dumped on thanks to awful and non-existent communication. Yeah, again, hard to tell how many people are voicing dissatisfaction versus the entire community, the size of it.
Yeah, there's always a loud majority. Or a loud minority.
Yeah. Saper just to open pre-orders today to keep them. Yeah, that like having if they'd added pre-orders today to it, I think a lot more people would feel okay. Like even though people have some negativity around pre-orders, I think it would have just given us something else as a step. So yep, and we got season 7 of the finals to look forward to as well. So that should be exciting, given the little sneak looks they've started to give us. Not too far away. Yep. Trailer was okay. Only show a new map and one new arc. Yeah. Yep. One new arc, one new map by the looks. Or maybe could have been 2 maps in the same location, but possibly a 1. Here, all you just saying they're fine with it, which I wouldn't diss. Nothing that might be a breadwinner. Either you can't say what you really think. No, I try and always say what I really think. But I've said that today, so I feel like it's good we've got a date and a slight misstep in marketing that we haven't got anything in between or been told about it. I don't think any differently from that. And to be fair, Embark have always made it really clear to those of us that are part of the content creator program that we can say what we please, and I always do. I try and be critical about the things that I can be critical about, and try and praise the things that should be praised. Today kind of lands somewhere in the middle a bit with some significant disappointment around not having stuff to look forward to in the immediate future. Yeah, the new map looks great. I think the new map looks actually really good. I'm very excited about that. As many of you might know, I have a geology background, so I have a sort of sense of northern Italy terrain in some ways, just from the educational side of things, and it should make some amazing terrain to play in. Lots of verticality, lots of little crags and nooks to hide in. Yeah, Monkey Boy. I think those 12 maps are that's just a miscommunication or a misunderstanding from the 20% of content thing. What were you going to say, Demeister?
I was watching the cash register scene again.
Yeah,
and you can actually see the bartender chase after the guy.
Yeah, that's right. It's funny. Yeah. I think that was cool that we picked up on that. Just shows you what it's like in Speranza. It's it's not just about being topside and stuff getting taken from others, but it happens in Speranza too.
He's so
Funny that
cheeky about
the
it,
guy
too.
who takes
Like,
the cash register kind of looks at the camera almost like,
yeah,
yeah.
that's fine. We're gonna take your money.
Will not be pre-ordering it. They can always delay it, and maybe. Yeah, I'd be surprised if it's delayed. It was pretty polished, you know. It needed a little bit of work, but not much. I'd be very surprised if there was any delay.
They just gave us a date. Like, why would they?
Yeah,
delay?
and they've got 5 months now to 6 from the tech test to. Yeah, I think that's ample time to get it really great. From being very good.
For sure. It's
Marathon,
already
yeah,
incredible.
yeah. Magno, with Marathon coming out soon, I just would be shocked if they actually try to release that on the date they're planning to. I think Marathon should be delayed by 1 year. Give it a good chance. Saw the news, but why would Embark do a countdown for a countdown? Yeah. Confusing. I think that's probably the best way I'd sum that up.
Yeah.
I've stayed here with my
like a fun little thing that they were doing.
Yeah. But maybe, you know, I don't know how much the marketing team were involved with the specifics of that and what messages it sent. Be interesting to understand that. But it just shows you that, you know, and like, put it this way: if you go for a haircut, and let's say it's a long haircut, like you're getting your hair colored or something like that, the hairdresser might give you a cup of coffee, right, for nothing while you're there. If the coffee's bad but the haircut's good, you're still going to tell people, oh, it was a great haircut, but they have lousy coffee, even though it was free, right? Whatever a business does that ends up being seen or communicated to the customer, it all counts as part of the entire package, even if it's free or nothing to do with it. So that little Easter egg, they might have just chucked it in going, this will be fun, without thinking, how does this fit into the entire marketing package that is being presented to this community that are super hyped? And what will the outcome of that be? Well, they didn't expect the outcome from this date being released only. Rin says, when the guy stole the register, the narrative said, surround yourself with resourceful friends here. Excuse me. Yeah, Game Fest was a little bit quiet in Ninja Loop. Yeah, so planned release. Sorry, my throat's starting to give out on me. I'll have to wrap up shortly. Yeah, the Cube, I thought looks really cool. End of Abyss. There were some good games shown today. A handful of good games.
Yeah.
Confusing, still very excited. Yeah, I'm super excited for October 30, right? No doubt about it. If you just look at that alone, I'm like, I can't wait for October 30 to be here.
It'll be something to do
Yeah.
over winter break.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Embark expected as much traction as it got. I think it's caught them by surprise, and probably the marketing team have been caught by surprise a little bit. Yeah, people outside it are hyped. Yeah, like, you know, maybe it's just actually a lot of the loyal community that are actually disappointed, but, you know, maybe people seeing that trailer for the first time, right? Imagine you've never heard of Arc Raiders until you saw that trailer. What are those people coming away from? They're like, holy hell, there's this amazing looking game that comes out in 5 months. For them, they're probably going, fantastic. Like, they're just peaking right now. They want to know, wow, how have I not seen this before?
Yeah, and now they're going back and watching all the videos of the playtest.
Yeah. So there'll be different takes on it, but yeah, I totally get a portion of disappointed of the core community for sure. Being such a smaller and still young studio, they just don't. Yeah. One thing I'd say, Publix, is there's a lot of experience there. You know, there's a lot of senior developers, and maybe the marketing team didn't come from DICE, and they've come from all over the place. So, yeah, maybe there's less experience amongst the marketing side of things. So, and that would kind of sum it up, right? They make an amazing game with sort of middling marketing. So, yeah, I think we've probably summed up. Anything else you want to add, Demeister, before we wrap up?
Yeah, that gun from the trailer is definitely the arpeggio.
Ah, nice.
I just watched it again, and she's like doing 3-round bursts with it.
Cool.
So I just wanted to point that out.
Good spotting.
And there's
Thank you.
there's a logo on the hammer. It's like a yellow sticker.
What part of the trailer is it?
1 minute 6 seconds exactly.
1:06.
Yeah, it's a little hard to see, but it almost looks like
I
like
jumped.
a Hermes shoe, like a wing. I don't know.
Okay, here we go.
Nothing too interesting, but
Oh, down the bottom. Oh, yeah. I see.
yeah.
Or maybe just some stripes. Does have a little bit of a Hermes shoe kind of look to it, but yeah, I think it might just be some stripes on it. But yeah, so there might be a few extra little things that we can spot in there.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I just want to say thanks so much to Demeister for joining me today. And there was a lot of games in there that I didn't know much about because I tend to be pretty focused on Embark's games. And it was great to have you, Demeister, sort of filling in commentary for that as well. You're very knowledgeable on a lot of those games that we saw. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem. Absolutely.
Cool. All right. Thanks everyone for joining for the Summer Game Fest, and hopefully you don't come away too disappointed from what we've seen. At least we have a date to look forward to. So there's one big giant carrot out there, and even if it is a little way in the distance. But thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Kia kaha, and stay strong. Catch you later. See ya.
Wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction. Long is the road and narrow the way that leads to your door. I don't know what good luck means. I don't know what love might bring. I don't know what world I'm in. But I'm good to go. Long is the night.